Greetings, everyone. It's great to be with you again. We'll start with a little meditation time to tune into each other, tune to be fully present, to fully be here together. Pay attention to the breath, slow, deep breaths to the bottom of the stomach. Allowing everything to be as it is, making a space to allow everything to be as it is, allowing your thoughts to be as they are, to come and to go, to arise and to fall, like a flowing river, like a stream, emotional energy, emotional intelligence, rise and fall, appear and disappear, physical sensations, physical sensory perceptions, internal physical sensory perceptions, external perceptions of the senses, to rise and to fall, to appear and disappear. To allow experience itself to appear and disappear, rise and fall. Allowing for an unconditional relationship with this moment, an unconditional relationship with the here and now. And when we have an unconditional relationship with this moment, when we have an unconditional relationship with the here and now, there's an unconditional love for this moment that's present, which really means there's an unconditional relationship with life, because life is happening now. Life is always happening right now. Life is never not happening right now. This moment is where it's happening. When we're present, when we're in this moment, when we're here, when we're attentive, when we're engaged, when we're interested, when we're curious, and relaxed, and deeply at rest, and deeply at home, and deeply centered in the essence of ourselves, then there's a sense of quietude that's present inside. The mind is quiet. The heart is loud. And there's an intelligence that's present as we become an open, clear channel in the heart of awareness and presence. This quietude that's inside is like a openness that allows the intelligence of the moment to move through and allows us to know things we otherwise wouldn't know, allows us to feel things we otherwise wouldn't feel, allows us to realize things we otherwise wouldn't realize, allows us to intuit things we otherwise wouldn't be able to intuit, allows us to do things, accomplish things we otherwise wouldn't be able to do and accomplish. So in this effortlessness of this quietude and presence, this is where the magic and the miracles arise. And this inner peace transcends the temporary conditions. The temporary conditions, the world of form, of time and space, becomes less and less of a force that sways us from the essence of who we are. There's an awareness of the temporal nature of form, of time and space. It's been called a dream, it's been called an illusion, it's been called a lot of things, but we don't need to call it anything. We're just recognizing what is, we're just realizing what is. We're living in the heart of truth, living in the heart of the truth of who we truly are and who we really are. That's interesting. Virginia says, how to let it go. All pain comes when quieting. We're running from something, we're trying to escape something, we're trying to move away from something, we're trying to avoid something. So there's lots of different ways, there's endless ways that we can attempt to do that, right? So we can use drugs, we can use alcohol, we can use television, we can use sex, gambling, whatever. There's endless, fast food, etc. So we can use all kinds of different ways to try to escape the pain, as you put it. But in trying to escape the pain, there's no real freedom there. There's a sense of fear. There's no real love present. There's no real inner peace. And there's no real empowerment. There's a sense of disempowerment. So, is it possible to be with the pain without fear? Without any fear, without any resistance or resentment, just being with life as it arises. The pain, the pleasure, everything in between, the happiness, the sadness, everything in between. And there's a paradox, which as we do this, as we arise, to be able to embrace the polarity lessens. And there's a neutrality that comes into being. Rumi said the cure for the pain is in the pain. The cure for the pain is in the pain. So when we're tight like this, we're small. We're in a state of fear. We're in a state of anxiety. We're in a state of resistance to what is, resistance to the moment. But when we open, we're in a state of expansion, of freedom, of infinitude, of boundless love, of the deepest depths of peace. And of empowerment. Is there a way I can see these? There we go. Yeah. Yes, I'm seeing some of the comments, and what's beautiful is to open to this space together. And there's a collective consciousness that's present. There's a field of attunement that when I open these live videos that we open to together, there's a field that you're being invited into. And all you need to do is to say yes to it. And it's here, and then your yes amplifies it for other yeses to join, and it becomes larger and easier for other people to attune. And each person that attunes the vibrational electromagnetic frequency of the heart becomes infinitely more powerful and expands and allows other people to join. That was a longer, more complex way of saying, and more poetic way of saying that we are changing the world when we change our own consciousness. So we're opening to something together. This is like a journey that we're opening to together, a journey to the depths of now, right? So it's a paradox. It's like moving to a deeper level of here. Yeah, interactive. And it doesn't necessarily matter if you know someone well or if they're perceived to be a stranger. What matters is the presence, this level of presence together, this level of attunement that arises from the depth of fully being present and authentic together, and from this level of integrity to the moment, of truth to the moment. There's an alignment with the moment, and the intelligence of this moment, this vast intelligence of the universe, moves through you and I as well. So presence is the foundation of everything. Everything comes from this space of presence in the now, because as stated earlier, life is now and now is life. There's nothing outside of this now. So to realize this simple truth opens the heart, the mind, the soul, the spirit, the body as an expression in a whole other way. It's like there's an old Christian term in the Christian faith. The term is to be born again. And it's really like being born again. It's like dying, fully and completely dying, and yet still being alive. So the ego is seen through and transcended into the infinite essence of who you truly are and what you truly are. And yet, we are still alive. There's still a sense of being alive and being here, and an awareness of time, an awareness of space, an awareness of the movement of Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday. So there's this this release of being attached and identified to the story of time and space as you, while still in awareness of time and space and the movement of time and space, but now being anchored in the timeless, spaceless, infinite essence of who you truly are, and expressing yourself in the world from this truth. So that's the journey. And in this world of time and space, it's very, very easy to become attached and identified because the hooks are constantly being offered to you. You know, look at TV and the commercials and the advertising. This constant invitation to get hooked into attach and identify with the egoic sense of self. So to have spaces like this to support us to realize and remember who we truly are, and to express and create in the world from this space, is really valuable and beautiful and powerful and special. So the only way it happens is through you, through your co-creative presence. And then it expands the more that we say yes to this, and we get a sense of the truth, we get a taste of the truth, we get the feel of the realization of who we really are. And we say yes to it, and we delve deeper and deeper into it, we anchor more and more into it, and then we express ourselves in the world from this essence, this truth of who we are. And then we notice shifts and transformations in our relationships, in our work, in our community, in our families, and of course, first and foremost, inside ourselves, bodies, minds, spirits. So let's just breathe that in for a moment. And when we're meditating, we're really grounding in being. Just being. It's not a space to try to do something, to accomplish something, to be more spiritual, to be more peaceful. It's not a space to be more anything. It's a space to truly be, and to be here together. Let's take some deep breaths together. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Thank you for being here together, truly being here together. Have a beautiful rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you may be. Thank you, Heather. I don't know if you saw my last video. I got cut off because I was having a weak connection with the internet, but I gave some explanation as to where I've been and what was happening during the absence and the deep, profound transformations and openings that have been happening in the space. So my intention is that, and in sharing now and going forward, you're starting to feel that transformation that's happened. Yeah, you can find it on my Facebook page. I think this is number 17, so just play number 16, and I'll share a bit of what's been happening. But yeah, it's beautiful to be back, or better said, forward, and sending you all so much love, peace, joy, freedom, realization, self-realization to the essence of who we really are. May we share this presence with others we come in contact with the rest of the day. And feel free to write with any questions you have. You can use the comment box. See you again soon.